to the Cinementalists. Noun, plural. Definition, those whose love for movies runs so deep, they can't help but do a podcast about them. Hosted by Colton Robertson and Joseph George. Hello everybody, and welcome in to the Cinementalists, where today we are going to continue Cinema Surprise with Prisoners, released on September 20th, 2013, written for the screen by Aaron Guzikowski and directed by Denis Villeneuve. I'm Colton Robertson. I'm joined by Joseph George. What's up, homie?
Oh, what up, what up? Always a pleasure to be here. And Villeneuve,
it's always a pleasure to have you. I've heard so many different ways to pronounce it, and given that it's Canadian French, I think that's the closest one to being accurate.
Wow.
Because Villanueva implies a certain...
obviously not Spanish. I just have such a Spanish... That is all my foreign language knowledge is. So, like, Villanueva, it would be a weird... It would be
Villanueva,
it'd be
Villeneuve, I think, is actually closer to being correct, since it is Canadian French.
Okay.
I've always said Villanueva, but there are times whenever you watch interviews, whenever someone says Denis, because it's not Dennis either, it's Denis.
Denis. Okay. Man, I've been butchering his name for quite a while.
Well, and that's the thing, is that Villanueva is also, it's far from the worst pronunciation of that name. You know what I'm saying? One of my favorites is, I can't remember what the reviewer's name is, but he called him Villanueva, which is just ridiculous. You got to know that's not how to pronounce that name. Regardless, we're talking Prisoners, starring Hugh Jackman, Jake Gyllenhaal, Viola Davis, Terrence Howard, Paul Dano, David Dastmalchian. Holy shit, what a cast. How are you feeling about Prisoners upon your first watch here?
I mean, I hated it. It's like, it was not enjoyable. It was, it felt awful. It felt, all of this in good movie terms. And it was, the movie was doing its job.
That's just a good movie.
It was, oh my God. I didn't, with his movies, with Arrival and Dune, I already have movies of his that I love. And I put on a whole different tier. And I didn't think that this, no sci-fi, there's no big alien ship, there's no spectacle going on here. This is just good story, good mystery, evil, and it is on the same tier as Dune and Arrival. Just kind of like he has these three movies that are so different. I'd say Arrival and Dune are the similar ones, if there are, two that are similar, just because sci-fi, but still very different moods for all of them. And it's the range that he shows across his movies, I think is crazy compared to Nolan, who I've been watching recently. And he does go places, Batman to Oppenheimer or whatever, but it feels his writing, feels a little more formulaic than Denis. I feel like Denis' writing is a little more real, for lack of a better word, or just heartfelt, it feels like he is very explicitly trying to make human points or tell a human story, and not kind of just have cool plot twists and time and spectacles going on, which I do still love,
absolutely.
And all, so.
That's why I think that whenever it comes to, because they are, I think, the most obviously comparable big name filmmakers at the moment, as far as people who are going to watch their blockbuster movies.
Yes.
They've had pretty similar career trajectories. Both of them have a giant sci-fi movie that came out in 2014, 15, 16, that range that everyone kind of loves and pretty universally acclaimed, features pretty massive twists concerning time and space and all that good stuff. Like, pretty similar there. They both have one of their biggest movies and best movies. Each is a sequel to a franchise film, like Dune 2, Dark Knight. Yeah. They've got a similar vibe, but I'm with you. And I think that there's, a couple weeks ago, whenever you picked Memento, we discussed briefly at the end how I was looking forward to that because I like Chris Nolan, and his top 3 is about as good as anybody's top 3. And if you look at the Oppenheimer, Dark Knight, Interstellar versus Dune 2, Prisoners, and Arrival, you're looking at a pretty solid even keel matchup right there. And I don't think Denis quite has his Oppenheimer yet, but I look forward to whatever that might look like.
Yes.
But regardless, like, it when it comes to the more grounded stuff Nolan has made, when it comes to Memento and The Prestige, I haven't seen Insomnia, so I can't speak to that, but this is better than either of those. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like a twist, mystery, concerned movie versus just pitting them against one another. Becomes pretty simple for me.
Yeah. And like Sicario is one of Denis where I can appreciate the craft of it, and I enjoyed the movie while I watched it, but it's one that I won't return to, I feel like. And that's, I have to get to Blade Runner 2049. I will very, very soon here on this Denis kick that I'm on. So I can't wait to get there. But then it's the run he's on is pretty sci-fi heavy. Recent, the Arrival, Blade Runner, Dune, were pretty sci-fi. So yeah, whatever his, we got Messiah coming along, so that will eventually get here. But I wonder, what if he returns to something a little more grounded afterwards, like this, because it's nice to know he has this in correctly. The bag, and not. I know I said a second ago that we don't have Denis Oppenheimer yet, but if I'm remembering, he has a nuclear bomb movie nuclear
in the
war,
works. A chilling drama against the
what is it? What is
chilling drama against the backdrop of impending nuclear conflict. Experts weigh the reactivation of atomic bombs and warheads, envisaging a scenario of global warfare. So that's going to be joyful, very jubilant.
Bond? Oh yeah, I forgot that they might have been.
No, he is doing that. Sure? Yeah, he is doing that. Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. Cleopatra, that's interesting. Is homie gonna give me the pyramids? Please go film the pyramids. Oh my God, greenlight that. Give him as much money as possible. Because and I don't know, I was going to finally tie it back to Prisoners. Go for it. This man can shoot a tree for hours or 30 minutes. I don't know, waste time shooting a tree. And for whatever, I don't know, this, I think it just shows how my weird brain works, is that I watched a YouTube video, I don't even know how long ago it released, of Denis breaking down his famous shots from his movies, and when he got to Prisoners, he was like, I just love this shot of these trees, and it's nothing for the movie. It doesn't mean anything. I don't want it to mean anything, but I just love this shot, and I loved the slow, eerie zoom, and I kept, they said, and so I saw this, whenever it came up in the movie, I was thinking, I'm like, wait, what the fuck? I'm like, I've seen this before. Like, visually. I know for a fact I have seen this shot. And I'm like, I'm trying to think, was it in a Jordan Peele movie? Was this like Us? Or was this another Denis movie? Was this an Arrival for some reason? And I was like going crazy. And then it ended up just being a dumb, I don't know, a simple YouTube video at the end of the day.
And it obviously serves to create that eerie sort of, you feel like something's lurking in that shot, even though there's nothing that indicates that besides this slow zoom on this tree. It's eerie that you feel like something might pop out from behind it, like something's missing almost, like something's not right. And I love when a shot creates that feeling. It's, you know, to your point, Jordan Peele, the shot that it specifically reminds me of is the one from Nope where the shoe is just standing up.
Yes.
And the kid just kind of pushes in on that for a second. Like, that's like, you know, you're like, what the fuck is this? Something's not right. You know, it's not exactly scary. It's not but there's something eerie about it. And you're like, what? Lynch does it a lot. There's and his is more just like a slow creep around a corner. There might not be anything there, but like, you're like,
he opened the movie with a bunch of these shots. Like, he established the weird, eerie off angles very early on so that they could happen at any time. You know, it's like whenever, I feel like I don't even know what's really going on. I think maybe just driving home, we're just going through the neighborhood. Keller's just kind of driving home, and we just just stop at a house, and it's like a house that they took the garage out, and there's no garage door, but I don't know, but I don't even think we ever returned to that house. I don't know, maybe, and then it's like, but it's like it stays there for a little bit, and it's like, okay, that's interesting. And then like the RV, we do return there quite often. So like but make you feel eerie of the RV at first, and then I don't know, all the just sticking on a road or like a random mailbox for a little bit, and it was it's very he knows how to, I don't know, like that's not something you write in the script. I feel like that is something that's just kind of, I wonder if it's just done on the day, or like, I don't know. Do you think he thinks of that like before he gets out there and shoots, or is that just an on day? Like, I
don't know. It does depend on, you know, his process. If he storyboards a story, there's a distinct chance that he does plan those sorts of shots, plan that sort of vibe, you know, like and when it comes to a screen, some screenplays do feature that heavy of camera direction and stuff. That's typically when a director writes the film, you know, so like, that's not the case here. So I imagine it is more along the lines of there's a day or a few days dedicated to, you know, the principal photography where we're starting to shoot just areas and locations and stuff like that. Like maybe during that period of time, you get shots like these.
Yeah, I guess I gave Denis quite the spotlight, I feel like, right away. And then, I don't know. It's just I've been on a director kick, I feel like, recently. So it's all that's been present of mine. But it's like, I think the cast is just so good that I just never had any doubts or any problems, I don't know, like whatsoever. They were all, like, Hugh Jackman, I love that man. I don't know. That man is like, everything he's in. It seems that he is just one of the best, like, working, like, I don't know. He can go anywhere, and then he's the most human off screen, I feel like, as well. Like, bro, he seems like a normal person behind the scenes and good. But no, like, he can just get super emotional, and he always does well. Paul Dano, I kind of felt bad for him here. Bro just got
you always feel bad. Like, Paul Dano, there's a stretch of roles where, like, if Paul Dano doesn't get beat to a fucking pulp, it's kind of surprising, you know? Like, There Will Be Blood and this and the Batman, and I'm sure I know there's a few others, but like the dude spends a lot of time on screen getting his shit rocked.
Yes, and this one, oh my god, what, man, was that makeup or what the fuck? Like, whenever his eyes were swollen shut and all, that's like, holy shit. And to like hide his face behind the sink first and just have like the reaction of Viola Davis just like, and it's like you get like this revolving door of each actor getting the chance to like see the situation and give their reaction. And for some reason it reminded me of the song Monster in Kanye's what's that? The
My
Red
Beautiful
Album.
Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Thank you. But in how all of the male rappers go first, and it's like it's hard as shit. But then Nicki comes in and just kind of like obliterates every single one of their verses.
Kills everything. Yeah.
And it kind of felt like that happened. It's like, damn, Hugh Jackman. Whoa, like he's getting mad. He's the hammer, all of the physical acting he had to do and all of that. Like, yeah, you can't deny it. It's nice. Even Terrence Howard, like coming in.
Terrence Howard's underrated presence in this movie. Probably Terrence Howard's best role ever, maybe. As far as what I've seen him in,
for sure. Yeah.
Dude's incredible here, and like I never really say that about Terrence Howard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He does a great job.
And then fine. I don't know. Let's see. Does anyone else go in? Yeah, I guess Jake Gyllenhaal he finds him, but we don't get a actual interaction. But then I don't know, the final just very short brief scene with Viola Davis with the breaking down, being please just help, trying finally the speaking to him as a person a little bit first, and I did have this back and forth of like, well, if this dude is like a child predator or whatever, I'm like, oh, it's kind of like, I don't know about this story. He says like he is no longer a person, when he took our daughters or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, if true, if absolutely known positively that he took your daughters and killed them or did whatever, then I might tend to agree, but I don't know. It was always the back and forth.
Yeah, there was just enough, and I like the way that it toes that line too.
Yes.
Like whenever he whispers something to him in the parking lot.
Yeah. Why is bro actually cryptic about it? Why is he making himself?
He's not like, being smart. Like that's the thing. It's not like it's. It's not like he's trying to be mean. He's just saying something, He's just like, I don't know, maybe this is what you want to hear.
Do you think it's his way of being, like it's his impersonation? Like, Bob, was it just Bob? Was the
Bob
the
Taylor?
other? Yeah, just,
David Dastmalchian.
Yeah, so he's crazy about the maze and has his, fixations, and he's actually mirroring like kind of exactly what's going on. But I wondered if, I don't know, like Alex or whatever his real name is before,
right?
He is like more in it than Bob Taylor. Like he is with the aunt, lives with her, and like so it feels that like maybe he's a little bit in on it. I don't know, or like it was weird. Like he did speak in riddles, and I thought that was a funny, not a Riddler.
Well, yeah, and he does
just a precursor.
Expressly say enough with the riddles.
Yeah,
that
was good.
It's good stuff. Well, and the line he does say to him in the parking lot is, "They didn't cry until I left them."
Which is
okay.
He's the only
probably
good
true
thing about it.
He's like, I didn't kidnap them. I just took them for a fucking ride, and they were happy. And then we got here, and I left, and they were sad. And then they realized something was wrong. When it comes to him being quote unquote in on it, I think it's clear that he lifts up the puppy by the collar and stuff and chokes it and everything like he's not. He's
that's
not mentally well.
Is that to show that he was taken as an early child and put through quite the trauma experience? Yeah. So I think obviously he's not going to be all there, but the dog
well adjusted, yeah.
The dog thing was an interesting detail to kind. I mean, they are more trying to prove at that point that he is the killer. You're kind of you're with Keller. You're with like, oh yeah, he's singing the song. Like holy shit, like he's not helping himself. And so maybe it was that I'm more primed in that way. But yeah, I guess he is kind of just a.
You are more inclined to believe someone who would choke a dog would kidnap a child.
Yeah, and
which is a funny
it is
non-correlation
an early sign of killers or serial killers of like hurting animals or killing animals first. So it was like a, but and what the fuck? Was that did that really happen? It looked like he really actually just picked that dog up by the leash and then put it back down. And it's like, I kind of felt bad for the real dog, if that actually
decent
went
chance
down.
that at that point it's not a real dog. It's pretty poorly lit and
I hope.
Or not poorly lit, dimly lit.
I know. Good transition between fake dog and real dog. If for real though.
Big if true.
So I wonder how much visual effects. It's like his other movies quite obviously have a whole lot going on, visual effects wise. Or, but I wonder if there is anything in here that would be. This feels a lot more just in camera. Here, the dog might be the only thing. Like breaking shit. No, I mean that looked very practical of him swinging the hammer and fucking break. He came really close to his hand, smacking the sink sometimes, and I was like, "Holy fuck!" And I like Paul Day. Like I mean, just might have been legitimately scared. Like
very scared. I mean, even if you're acting with somebody and they get like this, you got to be a little like, ooh.
That's still a real hammer.
You're good at this.
You're
good at this. At least that's kind of how I'd feel. I'd be like, I'm just gonna keep telling myself you're really good at this.
Yeah. And I'm not afraid at all. I'm safe. There is not a hammer right next to my head.
We are on a movie set. It's gonna be fine. This is fake.
Oh man,
I'm in danger. Yeah. No, it's I really love Hugh Jackman in this, though. He is definitely my performance of the movie.
Oh, yeah.
And, Jake Gyllenhaal, upon a revisit, because this was a rewatch for me, and that bore all sorts of fruit. I watched it for the first time a little over a year ago, and I was pretty taken with it. I really, really did enjoy it a great deal. Like, I instantly watched it and was like, this is my favorite Denis. And that's just 5-6 months after I saw Dune 2. So, I mean, like, I was pretty high on it immediately. And revisiting it only made it better. I watch a lot of movies, so, like, it's always interesting when I revisit one that I haven't seen in a long time that I remember really liking and going, not why did I like this, but not remembering why I liked it. Just remembering that I did like it. And this was kind of one of those, if that makes sense. I was just kind of like, I remember being titillated. I remember being on the edge of my seat, and I remember being very, very happy at the end, as far as like the way that the movie concluded. Not like, oh, what a feel good movie, nothing like that. But, man, the way that this story delves into, crisis of faith, is just it hits. And I know we've had a lot of these so far in this little project, which is
a weird link between
it is
that we've got.
Brought it up during Close Encounters, again during the Phoenician scheme. I believe
I guess David Lynch, I don't know, it's kind of at a crisis.
Yeah,
of
Blue
faith
Velvet a little
points.
bit, Cleo from 5 to 7 a little bit, Memento a little bit. Like, there's been a little bit of everything and everything. So I appreciate how universal a theme that sort of has been. And this one dives into it the most expressly, besides the Phoenician scheme, I would say. I really adore this idea that the kidnappers are waging a war against God because they lost their own child. So it's like, if God would do that, then fuck him. You know, like
and oh my God, that's crazy. There's so many links between like, suspect number ones or overlaps and things, but the waging a war against God, whenever the priest said it in the interrogation room, Jake Gyllenhaal, or I really want to start actually saying character names. Yeah, Loki. I should remember
Loki.
That.
He's
Loki,
the easy one.
Is like, wow, thanks a lot. How informative. But it's literally what the suspects or what the actual killers are saying that they're doing, So like, and then Loki also doesn't believe, Keller's wife, Grace. Yes, he doesn't believe Grace at a lot of points whenever she is literally telling the truth of like, I heard a noise in my daughter's room, and then I heard the window, and then and oh my, and blah blah blah. So it's like, but he's like, all right, I see the drugs on your nightstand. I see, you lost your daughter. It's like, how much can I really believe this? But it's like actually true. And I love how there's there's all of these, I don't know, intertwined sort of things going on between every character interaction, and
Right.
and not believing whenever someone's actually, I don't know, being very sincere, but not, it just doesn't seem like it. And all of we have the true evil of the aunt and, I don't know, the killers, and the dead husband, you know, I guess only one remaining, but then the victims seem like the killers at point. Both victims seem like the killers at points. And then even Keller, the father, seems like he could have been the killer just very briefly. And I'm like, wait, what the fuck's going on? I'm like, wait, why the fuck is he running? I'm like, wait, I didn't like put it together that whenever his daughter said, "You were there," and then it all was just going on very fast, and then he started to run, and then I'm like, what the fuck is? I'm like, have we been seeing what we want? You know, what he's been wanting to see the whole time, and then now we're actually going to get the true reality of what's going on, and like he's been drunk the whole or whatever. So I thought even Keller was the killer at one point. So I was just, it's all over. It's like back and forth. And then it's like, it's so weird to feel bad for Alex at points and be like, oh my God, he's not the killer, and they're doing all of this torture to him.
It feels bad.
And
I mean,
but then,
and that's I think that's kind of the point, though. Like, there's a lot of the idea that we could break down quote unquote good men. You know, like Keller is willing to do all this for his daughter.
Yeah.
You know, to bring his family back together.
Mm-hmm.
And while it is an admirable cause, at what point do your actions outweigh your motivations? You know, like,
yeah. And
because there comes a point where, hey man, he doesn't know.
Yeah,
you know, like
he's convincing himself completely.
Yes, like whenever he prays to God and he can't get to forgive those who trespass against us. Mm-hmm. You know, he can't say it because he'd be a hypocrite. He's like, I can't, I'm not doing that. You know, and you know, in a roundabout way, Alex did know. He did know where the kids are.
Yeah,
you know,
that in. Is it just, you know, his mental kind of blocks of why he didn't just say it earlier? Or, like, did he feel like he was going to get in trouble? Did he, like, I
think it's one of those things where slightly a Stockholm Syndrome thing. I think that the worst stuff he's ever experienced, hey, bud, go ahead and douse me in hot water, you know?
Yeah. Damn.
Like, I think there's an element to it that's like, no matter what you do, it'd be worse a little bit if I went home and because I mean, just like what he grew up, I'm assuming going through, is not much better.
Know. Yeah. Like they're, I don't know. Like it's just better not to know. Ignorance is bliss in this case, but yeah, they obviously, whenever they escape, they let them escape though. Like some of them, or like, what the fuck? Like, how do they let them, or is it like I don't know. It just happened.
I don't think anybody escapes.
But like, finish the maze and you can leave, or what? You know, but it's an unsolvable. You know, you can't finish it. You know, but the, I don't know. We get not Anna. That's Joy. Joy. You know, just run. They're both running out the door, and then Anna gets caught and taken back, but Joy just runs away and then gets found on the road, you know, or whatever. It's like it's not like she finished the maze or whatever. And then they're like, all right, yeah, door's open, you can go. It's like, I don't know. It seems she just keeps him in this room, drugs him up. Maybe she just forgot. I don't know. That's why I was a little, I don't know, like lost on how they got away, or if it was like purposeful, or because I guess whenever I was thinking Bob Taylor was the killer and he had all the clothes, I thought it was like it was his sick, twisted way of like he wanted to kill the kids and then return a piece of their clothing into the house after they did the killing, or something like that. And I thought that's what was going on. Whenever the whole, I don't know, sock and he was moping, or I don't know, sneaking through the houses.
Right.
So, but I don't, yeah, it is, I guess I forgot my train of thought of what my original point was to make there. That's kind of, I don't know, the movie, it's a good, like, Arrival in the sense of I am kind of figuring it out at the same time, and then it has this beautiful end moment where everything clicks, and it's like, holy shit, I'm seeing the movie completely differently. It does kind of happen whenever the aunt finally reveals her. It's like, oh, okay, thank you for, I don't know, explicitly, there's no question about it anymore.
Yeah, no mystery, no up for an interpretation. No, she's like, I did the shit, okay? I do this, and I've done this. I've had to slow down since my husband died, but,
Eesh. Yeah.
Yeah.
And kid died of cancer, and we saw the world a little differently. Then on out, and we decided, holy shit. That's just two people.
Rough one.
Just two people out there, and then somehow they're so evil that they corrupt their own fucking victims into not doing what they do, but I don't like to stay with it and idolize it and mimic it in every possible way that you can. And I don't know. I'm glad the husband. We didn't even see what the husband was getting up to. It's we saw the slow down version of what they were going to. 16 children before. That was what the husband claimed. Just in confession, whatever. It's like, this. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's 16 prior to Anna and Joy, and prior to her slowing down.
Nope. Nope.
There's no telling him, and that's the thing, is that we don't get much catharsis in that regard. Anna and Joy make it home. We know Alex finds his way back to his home after 26 years. We know Bob Taylor made it out and eventually kills himself.
Wow.
That's 2 of 16.
Oh man, Bob Taylor, in a strange, weird about way, is like the best detective on their case possible. He has every child's clothes that they've killed. Because he's so fascinated with their crimes that he follows them around, and every kid that they kill or whatever, he takes their clothes and puts... That's the Anna and Joy's clothes had blood on them. Seemingly, Bob Taylor had to put the blood on him himself. But the other kids, there was a lot more kids' clothing, and some was bought at the mall.
They all he got at the mall.
Ah, okay. So it's not
every other piece of clothing had a tag on it. Is what the forensics say.
Okay, so it is. So no other clothes come from previous murders.
No other
then.
Clothes come from actual victims.
Okay, so he's just but he is escaped himself and has this weird just kind of...
Yes, he was one of the escaped, or released or whatever.
Yeah. And that's it's him. He's seemingly got out on his own or somehow whatever, but then you have Alex that is was the original. Did they say they took Alex first, or they adopted Alex, or she said that she adopted him?
No, they took Alex. Yeah, they took Alex first.
It's revealed.
He was the first victim. Yeah.
Okay. So just kept him around. Decided to not. I don't know. Or he decided. I don't know. It's like It seems that he could. He has an RV. He could go, but I don't know. He was a kid. Taken, he's not not quite all there, so and I think that is kind of all the reason of why he's not revealing the details whenever he should just be like, they're, I don't know, but the maze, even if he says they're in the maze or whatever early on, so he says that right away, does that really change much for Keller? I don't know. It's even the information he's giving him is just kind of nothing, and it's
right.
Keller is doing the most to be like, oh, yes, you gave me any ounce of information, you are damning yourself even more. Like you are, I'm going to use that to make you the killer even more. But
yeah, and I appreciate that they do a really the balancing act they do with Keller is really compelling. You know, like he was right enough to feel like he was right enough, and his actions literally directly lead to them finding her. You know, like, because he got Alex, and because he held him there, and because Loki knew that would probably be where he went there, he was like, well, I gotta go tell his aunt, you know, and then like, and that's how he finds it. So it's like, no, it was not right, but it did lead to the two girls' safety. And I like that, you know, in a whole movie where it's kind of, you know, waging war against God and, you know, like, creating demons on Earth the way that they did out of Keller, you know, like, these are the kind of actions they want to drive people to, because it's the kind of, them losing their child drove them to this. So they want to corrupt other parents in the same way, you know, and to do all of that. And then for Keller to kind of be, I don't know, have his prayers answered.
Yep.
You know, his daughters do find safety, and and he, you know, like, he seems to be safe at the end. You know, he'll go to jail, but he seems to be safe.
Yeah. And
I think it's I like the touches that are kind of reward the good guys in this, even if they had to go through something awful, which is kind of like it's a real, you know, God works in mysterious ways ass movie.
Yes. Please protect my daughters. You know, he prays, please help. Every prayer that he like puts out is kind of answered, but not very directly. And then, you know,
very biblical in that sense, where you're like, Jesus, why would he do that?
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, well, he's rewarding faith. And you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Seems fair.
But then at the end, you know, even Keller himself is like, I'm coming, you know, for penance. Like, I've come to, I feel bad, you know, he's saying, for scaring you in the parking lot, whatever. But, you know, obviously it's for whatever. And
cover.
And his punishment, I feel like, you know, he didn't get away with this scot-free. He almost died in that whole, you know, still, I think afterwards, the future doesn't look bright for him.
He's definitely on the verge of death, if not,
or going to jail. And that's like what Loki says. It's like, yeah, well, probably. He's like, he's got to go to jail for what he's done.
Yeah, and Alex. It probably won't be a super heavy sentence. Yeah, you know, you know, because circumstance, I think that will definitely get you know, white man,
that's true,
family man, did it for his daughter. There's going to be an element there where they're like, we're going to give you a year.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's the crazy part, is that in the court of like public opinion, or like the immediate gut feeling you give is like, he shouldn't he already suffered enough, you know, or like going through the grief of his daughter. And yeah, what he did to Alex, that like he should not,
no,
you know, he was not certain of anything. And yeah, it is bad. But no, it did lead to the daughters getting found. It led to ultimately, finally the killer dying, you know, as well, almost himself, you know, but I think that was part of it. That was like, he committed acts of evil himself. His prayers were answered for his daughter, you know, they directly helped his daughter, but himself, his own life is still, he's you know, dealing with the consequences of it. All to bring his family together, but actively, you know, tearing it apart in the process. Like, he's drunk, he's not there all the time. His son is even like, you're leaving us alone. Holy like, what do you expect us to do? And whatever. And luckily at the end, you know, the wife and son seem the wife is obviously doing much better. She coming to see our hero, it's the only person they can talk to. She might, obviously wants it to be her husband, and as well to see him, but this is at least the guy who's committed no evil and was helping the whole time as well, and trying to help. And she does say, like, I'm thankful for what my husband did. Like, I understand what he did. It's bad, but like, I thank God that I think she even says that, like, I thank God that he did it. Right. And I think that's kind of a way of either saying, like, I have to move on, like, maybe I do have to move on, like that he did, like, it seems kind of like a fine, like but I don't know. It doesn't seem that he would be in prison for too long or whatever. But
no, I don't think he would.
I just thought he was dead. I thought he was gonna die for sure at the end there.
Mm-hmm.
That was surprising.
Well, and I like that the movie doesn't, like
explicitly say. Like
it doesn't explicitly say he is going to be okay. I do think Loki is smart enough to figure out what's going on there. That's my thing, is that, like, he'll hear a whistle, he'll go to the car, he'll look under it, he'll find a board, and then they'll get him out. But
yeah.
So I'm of the mind that he is going to be okay. At least he's going to live through this immediate future.
Yeah. And if they ended it off, like, the first couple whistle blows and him, like, kind of shaking it off, then it's like, I don't know, maybe he is here, and so I don't know, like he left him there, but then he made it undenied, like he's like, I cannot ignore this anymore. Yeah. He's like, I know,
I am hearing and again, a decent detective, which he is, will recognize that the daughter continuously said that she found the whistle, but she didn't have it with her. And if they found the whistle and it made it here, but it didn't make it home, it must still be here.
That was cool. That was. But, like, initially, when it showed up on the daughter's neck, I'm like, oh, he's already out of the hole, or whatever. But then, like, there was the paper of him that Loki was reading of, like, still missing. And so I'm like, well, this is weird. What the fuck? What's this? And then the mom was like, oh, no, yeah, I just bought her a new one. I gave her the new one. And then it's like, oh, yes, no, they did find it, indeed, on Thanksgiving. And dang, yeah, they were put into this hole. That is crazy. How the fuck does the ant get them in and out of there? What the shit? Yeah, she's
the fuck she got going on.
I guess ladder, rope. I guess the
ladder.
But man, that's a deep. I don't know. That was a deep pit, and holy.
Jumping in there on a wounded leg can't be easy.
Yeah, damn. You're gonna have to shoot me to make me get in there. She's like, all right. She's like, fuck. Well, you asked for it. I mean, she was evil, and fuck that kind of evil. Oh my lord. But she was good at playing that. She was so nonchalant.
Oh yeah,
she was.
It was very, very like. Just this is what I do. I've been doing it a while. I'm well practiced.
I don't want to be buried in no box. Turns around, tries to. Yeah, I mean, she does land a shot on his face,
clips
too.
His head.
So I mean, almost very, very close. But yeah, got that fine. I don't know. That was nice to see her go. And
I love. Yeah. I love the scene when Loki's driving her to the hospital.
Oh my god!
And like just through sheer will, basically gets there. Another one of those prayers being answered sort of moments where it's like you're kind of getting there by the grace of God, like he can't see.
Yeah, yeah, bro. There was one
eye
gone.
He's been shot in the head.
His brain is rattled. And he is somehow weaving through traffic, made it perfectly to the it was, I think, trying to say, like, this is too perfect to not be a little guardian angel,
not be divine,
or
like that's and I appreciate movies that take that approach, because again, it's still a question of faith, even in that regard, because we've talked about this several times. I'm not an atheist, but I also don't exactly identify with any of the monotheistic ideologies that we have written in stone, you know? Higher power, sure. You know? Yeah, down with that. But, I appreciate that this movie does kind of, it's interpreted in different ways depending on what your faith is, which I think is really cool. Like, a staunch atheist who's expressly like, there is no God, would have a very different view of the end of this movie than a very devout Christian, you know, like, and not to say that's probably the case with a lot of movies, but, that being the case with the movie expressly about your faith is a much more interesting idea to me.
And I feel like also, like the small level of, Keller praying and an answer being prayed on like an individual level, but then also the war waging against God. Like, I feel like that's more of a, there's evil forces, there's good forces that are invisible, on a little grander scope as well there. And then like the guardian angel of, of him getting her to the hospital and being like, it does feel like a little more broad too at times, and not really just a, prayers were answered sort of thing. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely part of the movie for sure, and I think the most faith centric movie that we have, which I thought Phoenician Scheme would have been it. I was not expecting this out of Prisoners. I had no idea. Like, to come into the movie, I just knew the cast, knew it was going to be good, but like of what the movie was going to be about. I saw the maze and just the title Prisoners doesn't, like, it's still, I don't know, like Prisoners. Why is it called Prisoners? Like, of the victims, they are just prisoners. The
victims are prisoners. Keller is a prisoner of his guilt and of his,
okay.
Yeah.
It's like
Alex becomes a prisoner. The mom becomes a prisoner of her grief. There's the city itself, like all the trees are kind of caging them in a little bit. Like, it feels like it feels like they're trapped in their own little maze. I don't know. There's it just a weird, like, it just, I get it. It does ring. I think the title, like, it does make sense, but it doesn't feel like the title of the movie. I don't know. Like, it's like I wouldn't, I guess that's a hard question to ask. I was going to say, like, what would you call a movie?
Yeah. If I didn't see the title of Memento and I watch the movie, am I going to think that it's Memento? No. Like, that there's nothing in my mind that will get me there. Blue Velvet? Maybe. But yeah, I don't know. I guess, but I guess Prisoners, the point that I was really trying to make is that coming into the movie, I thought that we were getting something of the real prison system, or
a jail movie.
And no, maybe at the end, for a little bit with Keller. That's the prologue that we didn't see. Is the year he spent, and it's
the epilogue.
Epilogue. Wrong prefix there, but I don't know. This was a. I'm glad that the movie is what we got and not a prison movie. But I think Denis could knock a Shawshank, a prison movie out. I think he could do it.
Oh yeah,
but no,
he could nail it. He would nail that shit.
I'm ready for his next big. Like, it does feel like he is earlier in his career. I guess I don't know how far back Denis goes. Like, but like his early. Stuff.
Not quite so far as Nolan. If I'm not mistaken.
So he is early in the career. Yeah, he's got some time to cook. I mean, both of these. I hope all of these guys, my favorite directors, have time to cook. Other than sadly Lynch.
He is older than Nolan.
Wow, I would not have guessed that actually. I don't know. Now that I'm looking at a picture of him. Oh no, and
it actually appears that his career goes back every bit as far as Nolan's. His first movie was in 1998.
Dang. Okay. But But at least I can confidently. I haven't seen Enemy. And Blade Runner. I feel like I don't know if I've seen Blade Runner. That's the weird thing, is that maybe. But 2 movies that I haven't seen in his filmography from
I've
here.
heard Incendies is just incredible.
Yeah, that's
and Polytechnique. I've heard just good things about. I've heard good things about every movie he's made, but
yeah. Just like I'm waiting to see on The Odyssey. I'm kind of Nolan has established his himself. I feel like Denis is like still doing it in a weird, like, I don't know. He's blossoming in quite a rival Blade Runner, Dune, and then Bond and another Dune and a nuclear war. I don't know. The dude is on quite a path right now, and I'm very, very excited for everything.
Dude's
so,
I get what you're saying though. You know, Nolan feels like he just got recognized for Oppenheimer in a pretty universal way, where it was like best director, best everything, best picture, best all of it.
Yeah.
And while Denis is older than him, he's reaching this part of his career feels like the stretch of like the early 2010s for Nolan, where it was like
yes.
Dark Knight, Inception, Dark Knight Rises, Interstellar. Like that's kind of the run Denis in the middle of, and we'll see where it kind of ends up. But
better late than never, and they both still have time, so much more time, which is the cool thing that I feel like. We have Scorsese, like, he's getting old, it's sad, and then, I don't know, like, these old directors that are goats in the game that are, like, just in not my era, but it's awesome to kind of have directors that I know I will have for, I don't know, and live with for a while. The era, I don't know, that I'm going through, and yeah, it feels nice. Like, Wes, Nolan, Denis, I wish Lynch could. No AI anything of coming back like that. But I wish we could have more Lynch. But I still have more. I still have more to get to. So I'm not worried there.
Lynch was closer to that Marty era. You know, he was he was 70. He was 79 when he passed, and
that's
so a little younger, but definitely older than this generation of filmmakers of Wes, Nolan, Villanueva, and then on the younger side, even, you know, Jordan Peele's still tearing it up. And tons of, when it comes to like the big name directors who are actually putting asses in seats, there's not really anybody at it right now besides like Christopher Nolan. You know, a Wes Anderson movie, you're going to see a Wes Anderson movie, and you know, but that's not making box office.
It's like, all right, let's. I mean, even the goddamn
the dude made a 3-hour historical drama, and it made $900 million.
Yes,
like, I don't know, dog. And I know that the Barbenheimer phenomenon was a big part of it. That wasn't it, though.
Yeah,
you know, like that's not all that was.
If anything, it should have taken away from people should have just gone to see Barbie instead, you know, the actual summer blockbuster movie, and but it was I don't know, what an event to live through and to see that in theater. That was oh my god, Oppenheimer was incredible. But yeah, I mean, he's Sir Christopher Nolan, the goddamn Queen of England knighted this man. Was it the Queen? Was at that point? Was she alive?
The king.
Dang, it was post Queen death. Fuck.
Yeah, it was Charles. Charles, that fella.
Dang.
I think it's Charles.
But
Chuck.
Dang. That would have been kind of sick if he was knighted by the same as, because I guess when Christopher Lee was knighted, was it still the Queen of Elizabeth, or was it someone else before her?
Actually, that knighted
Sir Christopher Lee.
Sorry, I wasn't talking into my mic there. She was the queen for a long fucking time.
Okay, I don't know the queen. I don't know the royal history at all. But man, that's the point to be Nolan feels a little. He's there. He's reached that status, and I feel like Denis. I don't know. Denis is at least after Dune, for sure. Like people they know his name as a director. I feel like that's the guy that made Dune. Like, oh, okay. Then this is probably going to be good. I feel like is a very I don't know. That's maybe they don't know the name explicitly like Chris Nolan or like I feel like he is a lot more just in the know. But I feel like that's the guy who made Dune. Yeah, that guy.
No, we're well on our way. Sure, we're well on our way. You know. But yeah, we've got a wonderful generation of filmmakers here in this age group. You know, Luca Guadagnino's another one that comes to mind. David Fincher. You know, like we've got some talented dudes, all at the top of the game there. But I looked into it. Christopher Nolan was knighted by King Charles. Christopher Lee was knighted by Prince Charles when he was not king yet. So so they were knighted by the same man.
Oh shit. Okay.
Christopher Lee wasn't knighted until 2009. So
wow.
That was more recent than I thought. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that. I thought it was well before when he was slaying Nazis or I don't know, or back in fucking doing whatever the dude was up to.
2009 apparently. Didn't realize that.
That's okay. At least they recognized, eventually.
Recognize real.
Yeah. But yeah, Denis, he's French Canadian. I guess
French Canadian.
I don't know.
Probably not going to get served.
They have a knighting process. Or what they have up there. What do they got going on?
He'll be a royal mountie. You know.
Yes.
Take his oath, and he'll have to end it with a.
Denis Villeneuve, The Villeneuve, yes.
Villeneuve.
But this an unexpected banger out of. I did not expect to have a movie join the ranks of Arrival and Dune. That's like that. That was very, very unexpected. For
I was pretty confident that would be the case. I knew that I loved the movie, and I knew you'd like it more than me. I was pretty confident in that.
It was a banger, dude. And that's the crazy part is that I don't have a kid. I mean, I have a niece, and it was
what a nightmare.
But still, I don't have that feeling, and that would I don't know to watch.
On the flip side, being the kid is also fucking horrifying.
Yeah, it's not good all around. Yeah,
it's all of it's bad. There's there's no excitement here for anybody unless you are a sick fuck, you know?
Yeah, it was, very, very uncomfortable, very brutal, very emotional. Like there were many tear ups, it was not fun, but man, was it a goddamn great movie. Like it was really good. It was really good. Maybe, I don't know how fast I will be returning. But I know I will. I know I will. That's for sure. Like I will, for 100%, have to have the rewatch with it all in mind. With just fully no doubts in my mind. With Alex or any. There's no suspects anymore. It's all known, and that will. Like Memento. I mean, a lot of really cool movies to revisit here. Close Encounters. Sorry, that one maybe in a while.
Right.
But I feel like that's the one that'll maybe take the longest. But all the rest of them is, I don't know, very, very returnable movies.
And Prisoners, we watched it just a tad early too. I think I said that it would be a better one for November. And it would. It has that. It feels cold. You know, like it feels like after I finish this movie, I'm going to go outside and there's going to be a briskness to the air and there's going to be leaves on the ground and shit. And the sky's going to be gray. It's not going to be one of those nice fall days. It's going to be one of those shitty fall days. And that's, I like that a movie feels like that.
It feels
that's
November.
Cool.
This is, I do agree. It does feel very, very fall-esque.
Watch this every Thanksgiving.
Oh man, happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Hey, everybody, sit around and let's tell each other what we're thankful for. Like maybe that we're here at all.
That I didn't get kidnapped by a crazed demon couple of waging war against God.
And my parents are sitting on the couch looking at each other like,
and
wait a second.
maybe
Does he know?
Maybe yeah. Holy shit. What the?
Wait a second. Is he on to us?
This is, and then they go and grab the red whistle. And
is this fucking play about us? No, I'm just kidding.
But yes, this.
No, I love this movie. It's a great terrible time. You know,
yes.
Like it's dreadful and it's upsetting and it's so fucking good. That's my shit right there. That's the lane I like to live in.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Do you have much else to say about Prisoners?
I think that I only wish that it could continue longer. I don't know. Even
I'll
though
take a 3.5 hour
it
version
is
of this
long,
movie.
yeah, 2.5, but I didn't mind it. I did not mind the runtime.
It doesn't
all.
feel its length.
Yes.
One bit. We take our sweet time, and it's worth every second. I would say. Great pacing, great editing.
But yeah,
beautiful to look at. Roger Deakins' photography is incredible, which is why whenever people were like, Batman cinematographer. What's my man's name? Why can't I remember it off the top of my head?
Greg Fraser?
Holy shit, I'm blanking. Fraser. Yep, Fraser. Okay. Greg Fraser. Whenever people were like, would you rather him shoot the Batman or Dune 3?
Yeah.
I'd rather he shot the Batman so that Roger Deakins might take a shot at the Dunes, because he shot this, he shot Arrival, he shot Sicario, he shot some good fucking movies for Denis.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, it's not like it's. I would love to see what he would be able to do in the Dune world, but obviously I'm also super cool with Greg Fraser getting to crack both Dune 3 and the Batman Part 2. But
damn, what a job!
Yeah,
what a job!
Yeah, what a job!
That is that would be awesome.
Sick, so sick. But yeah, I think with that I'll go ahead and do the plugs. And then we'll rate this movie, and then you will announce what the first cinema surprise of October will be.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
Leave a 5-star rate and review and download wherever you might be listening. Keep on coming back for some more. Obviously, we've got some more cinema surprise coming, and it's all going to be Halloween themed or October-y in the next month. We're building towards Halloween. It's spooky season. Let's really get into it. I feel like Prisoners was a surprisingly nice precursor for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna I hope maybe stuff will match this in tone a little bit, but we're hoping to get a little bit more expressly October-y, a little bit more Halloween-y, if you will, in the next month. So I'm very excited for that. You can follow me on Substack, subscribe on Substack, look up the Cinementalists, just the same as here. Look up Colton Robertson. You'll find me writing about movies. It's a lot of fun. I love doing it. It's one of my favorite things to do. So I'm trying to make the Kansas City Film Critics Circle, and that's how I'm going to do it, is I need eyes on my work. So please check that out. We've got a couple other podcasts going. We've got Geek With Me, a nerd shit podcast where we have recently wrapped up covering Alien Earth, and we are currently covering Peacemaker Season 2. I believe the next week will be Peacemaker Season 2 episodes 5 and 6. Yeah, all right. So we're entering the back half of Peacemaker, and we're covering that next week. Looking very much so forward to that on Geek With Me. And also, Twin Peaks Fire Pod with me next week marks the beginning of a very is next week Missing Pieces?
Yes.
Next week's Missing Pieces. Okay. Next Monday's Missing Pieces. The Monday after that will be The Return. So I'm very excited for that. If you're interested in Twin Peaks at all, you should watch it. If you've never seen it, you should watch the show. And our podcast is friendly to the first-time viewer and rewatcher alike. Obviously, whatever given episode we're covering, you have to have seen up to that point. We don't go spoiler-free for everything. We go spoiler-free for what comes next. Because I've seen it, Joseph has not, and I like keeping him on his toes.
Yes.
So Fire Pod with me, a Twin Peaks podcast available wherever you get your shit. But yeah, so, Prisoners, scale of 1 to 10, where are you sitting?
Let's see. The rating is interesting. I guess, it felt, it's an all-timer. So like it does feel like it could have gotten that 10 number. But then, I placed a letterbox list, of good old, just my favorite directors as it's been growing. And there is a distinction between the top three, even Denis movies. And so, I mean, it is above Blue Velvet, and that was a 9.75. So it's like, but it's right there. It's literally just right above Blue Velvet. So I think, that's kind of where I am. It's not, I don't know why it's not really the 10. There's not really anything that I am screaming, for more. It doesn't feel like there's a void that I need filling. But it's just not quite the 10. Just kind of like, Blue Velvet. I don't know. It's like, I do absolutely I'm falling in love with these directors, right now. And that's, right. I don't know, and I wonder if I'm I don't know, going on this weird director journey and not just surrendering to the movie completely. But again, like a Blue Velvet could become a 10 possibly in the future. I don't know.
I think it's safe to assume both of them will find their way there.
But I think 9.75.
I'm right there with you. It's not. I think I'm going to land at 9.75 as well.
There we are. So Blue Velvet.
I gave Blue Velvet and Cleo from 5 to 7, a couple 10s, and I'm confident that those are higher on my favorite movies ever list. If one did exist, I would have one that was expressly laid out.
There we go.
I would put those above it, and not by a ton, but by enough. And it doesn't quite. It doesn't give me the fullest range of emotion.
Yeah,
I could hope for, which is not a, 9.75 is nearly fucking perfect. What makes a movie perfect is whenever I feel all of it. I feel all of the things.
Yeah,
and that's one of the things that can lead a movie to a 10. And I don't quite have enough smiles on my face for this one to be the 10, which is not to say that a movie has to be happy for me to make it a 10. It doesn't have to be the case. Blue Velvet is hardly happy. But I don't know. It's just a feeling. It's just a feeling. When a movie's a 10, and this one just isn't quite that for me.
But there we go. So Blue Velvet has that little edge over it, which I do actually appreciate. I
do too.
Even though I had it below or on my list, I had Prisoners Above. Could be. I don't know. They do seem very equal. All these movies.
I mean, what's that make it? 90, like hardly above 98 versus hardly below 98.
Yes. So that's. I mean, they're very, very almost equivalent movies, and I do kind of see them that way. They are very doomer gloomer. You got to pull out the light yourself. Both of them, but that's kind of, I don't know. I think the point of them, of both of them.
Oh, that works. It works. Yeah, no, it's definitely part of the point. But yeah, so for the first 6 movies, that makes it Cleo from 5 to 7, Blue Velvet, Prisoners.
Yup.
The Phoenician Scheme, Memento, Close Encounters.
Yup.
All right. So, good little ranking there. I like it. But we are going to keep Cinema Surprise going into October. Rules for October.
Yes.
They got to be that Halloween-y vibe. We already brought that up. The other rule is it has to predate 2000. We're talking the 20th century exclusive. We are eliminating our decade rule. Like we've taken a movie from the 70s, 80s, 60s, aughts, 10s, and 20s so far. Everything before 2000 is available. So we're not marking those off the list anymore.
Yes.
So, you're going to kick us off.
Yeah.
What 20th century Halloween-y movie are you picking?
Well, I'm still on my director kick. I need to round out these people. And I almost went with Fincher, but I'm kind of glad I didn't at the end of the day. It wouldn't have fulfilled the project. This movie, I feel, maybe there isn't a correct month to actually watch it. But I feel October, if there is a month, it's October. But we are returning to a director we've already covered. I can't leave this man. I'm sorry. And it's just everything I've heard. I gotta see it. It's in 77. We're going back to Lynch.
Let's
go. Yeah, we're going to Eraserhead. We're getting weird. We're getting fucking weird at the very beginning. And I don't even know. I have no clue.
I like it.
What's
coming.
But I feel this.
And you won't know after either.
And that's
it's.
I wanted to start off. I guess it was nice that it came to this way. That it wasn't a. No offense, Fincher. The game, it seemed a lot more tame and not in the true October spirit.
No.
And maybe this...
Eraserhead fits.
Yeah, I guess this is... I don't know. It doesn't feel like traditional horror still. It's Lynch, so nothing's traditional.
No, yeah.
But...
Oh, yeah.
But yeah.
No, you made a good choice. You did make a good choice. October is the perfect month for us to be covering this.
I'm sorry to keep the Lynch train going, but I mean,
you do not have to apologize to me.
Watching
I'm there,
Peaks,
you know.
I've seen the light, and
I mean, we're gonna be. It's nice that we're gonna kick off October across the podcasts with The Return Part 1 and Eraserhead. I love that. I do love that. So we're starting with Lynch's first feature film and the first installment of his last on-screen venture next week.
Now that makes it feel even better.
It does. That really hits. I love that. Okay. So I'm very happy with this. I love Eraserhead, and I cannot wait to revisit it. Going to be a fun, interesting one to talk about. Difficult one to talk about,
we'll see.
And you'll see why. But I'm excited to take on the challenge, baby. We'll go with Eraserhead next week on the Cinementalists for Cinema Surprise. I'm so very excited. Time to knock out another Lynch, baby. I'm very there, exceedingly there. That marks 3 movies in a month for Lynch across our podcasts, as we would, or 4 technically if you count the missing pieces.
Blue Velvet, Firewalk.
We got a look.
Eraser. Dang, yeah, we're getting there.
Eraserhead. We love it. We love those. We love those, folks. I'm very, very there. So Eraserhead next week here on the Cinementalists. Be there. I'm not even going to tell you to miss out. You're going to want to watch Eraserhead. You're going to want to listen to us cover it. I promise. Because I promise Joe's going to go fucking insane over that. As far as what things mean and what is this and who's that guy, who's pulling the lever. What is that? You know, you're going to love it. You're going to love it.
Pulling the lever.
Who's the girl in the radiator? What the fuck is that?
Girl in the radiator.
In the radiator. The dust mites beneath the radiator. He placed them there specifically. You're going to love it. You're going to love it.
Dude,
it's
cooking. Oh God.
He's cooking. He's cooking, you know. It's a different world out there.
Okay.
Eraserhead's a great time and I cannot wait. So we'll cover that next Friday. And with that, we may conclude. I was Colton Robertson. I was joined by Joseph George. Thank you very much, homie.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure to be here, homie.
Oh, and it is always a pleasure to have you. And remember, pray for the best, prepare for the worst.